Hi guys, EJ from Maker Toolbox. This week I wanted to do a cool lamp. So, it's more than just a lamp. It's a lamp with a table built in. So a little table lamp kind of thing. So I ran over to the hardware store this morning and I bought some copper pipe and some PVC for the legs. And I've got a chunk of wood here that I bought pre-rounded from Home Depot, and we're going to engrave that, fill it with resin, and then I've got something special for the lampshade. So I'm going to get started on that and see if we can't get her done quick.
There you go.
Hey guys, so I wanted to really quick show you what we're doing here. We're getting ready to engrave the image onto the tabletop. So I just want to kind of show you how I line everything up and to make sure that it's going to be kind of pretty close. And I'm sure there's better ways. Let me know in the comments. I'm always willing to learn a new trick. Here, let me just grab this. I want to show you this. So this is our CNC room here. There's my Nomad that's down for repairs right now. This is the image that we're going to be burning on there. If you don't know, I am a firefighter as well. So we're going to be making a firefighter themed table lamp. This is going to be the lamp shade. It's an old expired helmet, so it'll be good for something. So this is what I did here. Just threw some used cardboard on top there, and you can just kind of see I very lightly engraved onto the top of it, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can just, there you can kind of see it, where I engraved with a wide spacing so it would go fast, so like a 1 millimeter spacing, and did it at like the lowest setting the laser would do so it wouldn't burn all the way through. And from there, I just kind of tape it down so it doesn't move around, so I know exactly where it's going to be putting the image. Then I can move this tabletop underneath it where the center is going to be. So I know exactly where it's going to be putting this image before I start engraving it, which saves for a lot of mistakes whenever you do it wrong. So now that I've said that, let's see if I can actually get it in the right spot. Once we get this engraved, and if anybody's like typing right now like, oh, it's not centered, I realize that. I want it actually pushed towards the forward of the table, so that way in the back is going to be a hole where the copper comes through to hold the rest of the lamp. So let's get this engraved, and then we can start building the frame itself. Alright, so it's cutting right now. Sorry about the noise. You can actually watch it cutting right there. That's it cutting. So I just wanted to say that I realize there are probably better ways to do this. I could use one of the CNC mills. We have 2 of them here at the shop, so I could use one of those. I realize that. This is something, it's a proof of concept. I think that it will work, and I think it'll work quickly. You know, as far as setup to completion, you know, it's very quick versus, you know, a CNC mill. It takes a little bit of time to cut it out and everything. So just want to see if I can get it done quickly. So, and not everybody has a CNC mill. So if you want to make this and you have a CNC mill, make it with a CNC mill. If you don't have a CNC mill, and you have a laser, use the laser. I just want to show that it can be done. That's all. It's cutting. Right there. Still cutting. So we'll come back after it's done. Alright, so while it's still cutting, I wanted to show some of the other parts that we're going to have to use in this process. So for the frame, I picked PVC, so we've got various PVC fixtures. I bought some epoxy, links in the description, and I've got epoxy colorant, links in the description. I found this. These are actually handles from fire extinguisher doors. I figured those would go well on this project. I have LED bulb and light fixture. Those are important. And we've got some cement that we'll be using to put the pipes together. And I already showed you the fire helmet, so we'll be using that. And then we've got just a few copper fixtures that we'll be using for the copper portion of it. So, well, I guess we can start building the PVC frame, and so I'm going to get all set up to do that. See you back in a minute. The original plan was to kind of have like a 45-degree, something like this here. The problem is I kind of didn't really take into account how long that's going to make these legs come out. And, you know, the top is only 17 inches. So that's not going to work for us. We really need to kind of come down and then go straight down. I want the top to be sitting at about 25 inches. Right around there. So rather than coming straight down with 90s, what I decided to do is to come down with 90s, but then at about halfway, come back in with some T's and meet again with another cross in the middle. So it'll be super stable. Won't have to worry about it. So, gonna get that done. Wasted a lot of time. Luckily I didn't have it glued yet. Alright, I just pulled this off the laser, which I think it looks pretty good. So, as you can see, it is, it's got a good, I'd say 1/16 of an inch where it is cut down. So, where these glue joints are, it didn't go quite down far enough. So, I'm just going to take the chisel and help that out a little bit. Clean it out, sand it just a little bit, then I'm going to get my epoxy ready. Hi guys, so let the epoxy sit overnight, and you know, it turned out alright. There's a couple little defects in it, a couple areas where it didn't quite go as deep as I would like. Couple little areas where the dye bled through a little bit. It's acceptable. I can deal with it. I'm happy with it. So what I'm going to do, I went ahead and sanded it down. I'm going to go ahead and drill the hole in the top where the lamp part's going to come through. And then I can go ahead and router that out, clean it up, and go ahead and get it all polyed and pretty. Okay, we'll let that sit for like 45 minutes, an hour. Come back and do it again. Then we can kind of start to get everything assembled. So I got this painted, got this polyed, got everything working just perfect. I'm going to use some like pipe clamps to get this all attached the way I want it. I just found some screws, some wood screws, and I'm just putting a 5mm washer on them, just so they'll grip these pipe clamps a little bit better. These are just about the only screws I can find that wouldn't punch through. After all the work I put into this, I do not want it punching through. That works. Okay, and then we just put the top on it, on this pipe here, and start the copper from that for the lamp. I got the top attached. Let's get to it, and let's get this part plugged in there. Let's make sure we're not going to have any problems with it going in first, because there's some paint on it now. Oh yeah, don't put it in, because then you'll never get it out. Damn it. Alright, yeah, not doing that again. Now just watch, I'll do it again. Okay, so let's cleaner on it real quick. Alright, Perfecto. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to do was put these fire handles on there. Now, these are threaded to some weird thread. I haven't been able to find it. It's nothing I have, at least. So I think I'm going to just drill down a little bit and then set them in there and glue them. That'll work. I just need to make sure they are perfectly kind of even. Looks pretty even. Okay, so mark some holes. Drill those in, get those glued. We'll be right back and we'll do that here in just a minute. So I got the holes marked and I'm just going to drill those down real quick and then we'll get them glued. So here goes nothing. After all that work, I'm going to drill into it. Oh, that actually fits in there pretty good. You know what? I can live with that. And there's the phone. Alright, I'll be back in 5. I'm going to fix these in there with some epoxy. I mixed up probably way too much. Try to do this without making a huge mess. Ah! Epoxy on me! There, they seem to be pretty even and everything, so I'm gonna call that a win. Nice. Okay. Whew. Now, so as far as the copper, God, I got a mess here. Stupid shavings are everywhere. So the copper was planning on going down in there. Of course, damn. Okay, let's try to figure out about how tall I need this and cut it down, because trying to show something with a 10-foot pipe could be a little unwieldy. Unwieldy? Unwieldy. Unwieldy. Okay, so let's say this. I'm going to do this in the most scientific way possible. Sitting here, like that. Okay, need a light. Boop, boop. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Right there. Now. So let's say total height from the ground should be like that-ish. So let's say like 5 foot. Say 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot seems good. So 5 foot. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut one of this at 5 foot, because I think, just knocking crap over. Because I think this is gonna go all the way to the ground. That's gonna be the easiest way to mount that. So let's cut this at 5 foot. That'll work. Okay, we gotta get this helmet kind of ready here. So much crap in here. Don't need. I think I got it figured out how I'm gonna attach everything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this all soldered together. Got it. Alright, so I figured out how to get it open. It just took some brute force. Got all the padding and all the crap out from in there. Dropped it. So now I'm going to drill a hole in the top and hook it to there. So I'm back. We're going to get this finished up. Got the wiring, which is basically just a 2-prong extension cord, a 20 foot. So I'm just going to take and lop this end off. I'm going to give myself a couple inches. You never know when I might want to reuse that for something else. But before I start stripping that, I'm going to lay this down. See if I can push this through kind of sort of easily. Going nowhere. it's all done, as you can see. I'm just going to clean it up, take some glamour shots of it, and it's done. Project done. You can go home next to my rocking chair. Done, done, done. Ha ha! We'll see you next week.